I'm at the Great Pyramid in Egypt in ancient times, covered in white crystal. And it's a very peaceful place. I'm standing outside of it. I notice that it's tropical. There's water. See an image of Thoth.
Tell me about it. What do you see?
It's in his ibis-headed form.
Close or
Quite
far?
close.
So you can see him well?
Yeah.
Tell me, describe me, how he looks, how he's dressed.
For some reason I'm seeing just a bird head that is very realistic. Like
Tell
a
me
real
about
bird's head.
Tell me about it.
The neck is very kind of like wrinkly and gray. It's some kind of painting on a wall. It's very detailed.
Tell me about those details.
It's almost a little kind of creepy looking.
In what way?
The gray neck and just kind of wrinkly neck. But then a human body.
What kind of a body do you see?
Muscular human body. Kind of tanned, whitish skin. Golden robes.
And from what you sense, is it a male or a female body?
It's a male.
It's a male body. So you said you stand outside of the pyramid?
Yes.
I want you to keep looking around you and sense.
Water and tropical.
Describe me, what do you see?
Tropical looking plants.
Oh, like what?
Things with big green leaves. Ferns of some kind. And tall plants.
And as you stand next to the pyramid and you see Thoth with that bird's head, what do you want to do next?
I'm not sure. I'm just seeing blue beetle wings.
Beetle? Blue
Yeah.
beetles?
Like a scarab.
Where is the scarab?
Just kind of floating in front of me.
What do you feel about it?
It's some kind of spirit of it's some kind of symbol, but it's alive.
Do you hear anything?
Yeah, it's making some kind of sound.
All right. And you said it's blue?
Yeah. Sparkling or shimmering.
It's a pretty creature, isn't it?
Yeah. humid.
It's humid, okay. And now I want you to tell me, what do you see in the distance? The Great Pyramid is close to you, but what do you see in the distance?
There's some kind of temple.
All right. Now, that scarab, is it still floating around you?
Yes. It's big. It's like the size of my head.
Wow, that's a big one. So what do you decide to do next?
Go to the pyramid.
Yeah. I have one more question for you. Do you feel that this place is familiar to you?
Yes.
Do you feel like you've been here before?
Yes.
Do you feel like you belong to this place?
Yes.
All right, let's go to the pyramid. Tell me what's happening as you get closer to it.
There's people walking up.
Tell me about those people.
They're wearing headdresses with birds. To make their heads look like birds.
And what colors do you see when you look at those headdresses?
Golden blue.
And do you see men and women, or just men or just women?
Mostly men.
All right, so are you following them? You go up with them? What do you do?
They give me a staff.
Who gave you the staff?
The people with the headdresses.
Tell me about that staff. What does it look like?
There's a red circular jewel at the end of it. It's gold. It's metallic looking.
How tall is it versus your height? That staff.
About a foot taller than me.
Are you holding it now?
Yeah.
Tell me, how does it feel to you to hold that staff? Feel, sense.
Feels like light is coming from it.
How does that feel in your body as it comes out of it, of the staff?
Feels good.
And where is that light going?
Just into the sky.
From the staff straight up?
Yeah. And there's a kind of like a circular spinning vortex at the top of the staff.
So the light that goes into the sky, what color is it?
Gold.
And as you look at the vortex of at the end of the staff, what do you feel about it?
Feel the presence of Thoth.
Describe me that presence.
Feels like it's just emanating a wisdom. that's far beyond me.
Mm-hmm. Do you see his presence or not?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Tell me about it. What does it look like?
It's a very detailed image of him that's like emanating from the staff.
Mm-hmm.
With him with his ibis head.
Mm-hmm. And how do you feel in his presence?
Good, it feels penetrating.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Describe me that sensation of penetrating. How does it feel to you?
just see through everything. Can see all parts of me.
Mm-hmm. All right. And how does that make you feel?
Feels pretty good.
Mm-hmm. I want you to take a moment and really feel and bathe in that presence. And sense it with your entire being. Mm-hmm. All right, so tell me what happens next. What do you do now that you've got the staff and you feel the presence and see the presence of Thoth?
Feels like he wants to go somewhere.
He must have what?
To be teleported somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
He wants me to go.
All right, would you like to go?
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead and tell me what happens as you do this.
And now we're above everything.
Mm-hmm.
Looking down on it.
Mm-hmm. What do you see from up there?
You can see all the landscape. The Great Pyramid.
Mm-hmm.
And around it.
Mm-hmm. What do you see around it?
You see an image of a six-pointed star.
Mm-hmm.
Somewhere.
All right.
I'm not sure where.
Okay, and tell me about that star.
It seems like it's just there.
Mm-hmm. What color is it?
It's kind of white with like a lighter yellow.
Mm-hmm. As you look at that star, what's the feeling you get?
It feels like it's supposed to be there.
Mm-hmm. It feels natural.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. So now that you've teleported above and you look down from there, what do you do next? Are you still with him? With Thoth?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Let's see, what do you do next?
Just feel the feeling of clouds passing through us.
Mm-hmm.
There's a beam coming out of the Great Pyramid.
Mm-hmm. What color is the beam?
It's gold.
Mm-hmm.
feel like we're in the pyramid now.
All right. Tell me about it. Look around, sense, and feel, and tell me all about it.
People are standing around the center, holding staffs, looking up as the beam is being generated in the middle.
Their staffs look anything like the one they gave you, or they're different?
They're all different.
In what way?
Some look like bones or the spine of something.
All right, let's see what happens. So people are looking up at the beam. It's generated in the middle, you said? As you look at it, what's generating it?
It's just pure energy that's from the geometrical layout of the pyramid.
So it's like almost coming out of thin air.
Yes.
And it's generated in mid-air, in the floor, or in the top of the pyramid. What do you see?
So there's the letters on the floor. There's symbols that are interacting with the geometry that are generating the energy that's shooting the beam. And the staffs are connecting to that.
To what exactly?
To the energy being generated.
Now, as you look at those symbols on the floor, does any one of it feel familiar to you or seem familiar to you?
Kind of.
What's happening now?
I think one of them is Ben.
One of the people holding staffs?
Yeah.
What does he look like?
Looks similar to the way that he looks now.
And as you look at him in that circle of people, what do you feel about him as you look at him?
Seems like he wants power.
All right. I want you to take a moment and feel the energy that is being generated in the pyramid.
Feels like it's doing something good. But then there's people who have their own agendas.
Do you feel the energy?
Mostly in your body.
Okay, and how does it feel?
Feels like all your chakras are opened up and interacting with it and spinning intensely.
Okay, and how is that for you? Is it something that you're familiar with it or not?
Yeah. Seems very clean feeling.
All right. Now I want you to tell me, why are you here? What are you doing here in the pyramid with all these people holding staffs?
I'm here to learn from the master,
All right, and who is the master?
Thoth.
All right, what is he teaching you about?
How to utilize this energy and keep our oversoul in connection with him throughout each incarnation.
Mm-hmm. All right, and what is he saying about all this?
He seems to be transmitting it through the energy. It's like he's not even physically a body.
Mm-hmm.
The energy is what's transmitting the communication.
Mm-hmm. And what is the communication about?
Then we can try to, we can stray from the path.
Mm-hmm.
And we can make ourselves think that we have, but we'll always be connected.
Why is that?
Because it's inseparable connection.
Mm-hmm.
Because we literally are his children.
Uh-huh. Is this how you got the connection to him?
Yes.
And if I were to ask you and go with the first thing that comes to you, how long have you had this connection?
Going all the way back to Atlantis.
Mm-hmm. All right. So now being in the pyramid in this energy, it feels familiar to you. It's not the first time you feel the connection.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So it's familiar, something that you know. Let's see what is Thoth teaching you about how to keep the connection with him through all the incarnations.
Yeah. And just trust and have faith through the darkness.
Mm-hmm.
Keep focused on the light. And we begin and end at the same place.
Elaborate on that.
The beginning and the ending are one.
Mm-hmm.
Time is simultaneous, and every life we've lived is all happening in this moment.
Mm-hmm. How does that feel to you when he says that, when the communication comes from the energy like that?
See, like a spiral. You see,
A spiral of what?
it almost looks like dragon scales, but it's a spiral.
Mm-hmm. What color is it?
It's gold.
Mm-hmm. What's the effect of it on you? What do you feel?
This connects me outside of time, outside of duality.
Mm-hmm. To what?
Just to source.
Mm-hmm. I want you to feel and sense that connection and tell me how it feels to you.
So I'm having trouble fully connecting to it.
Mm-hmm. Even partially, when you're connected to it, feel that. Feel how it feels to you to be connected directly to Source. And tell me about it.
Feels like the separation leaves. And it all becomes one.
Mm-hmm. How does that feel to you to become one with it?
Makes it easy to just be.
Mm-hmm. I want you to take a moment and be in that easiness to be. Feel that with all of your being.
Good.
Mm-hmm. All right. Now let's see what happens next. Now that that energy connected you with Source and Thoth taught you how to connect and keep the connection with Him through all incarnations. What else is happening now in the Great Pyramid?
A circle of white flowers
Mm-hmm.
with golden stems.
Mm-hmm. Where do you see the flowers?
Just on a white floor.
Mm-hmm. Is the same floor you saw the letters and the symbols on?
I don't know. Seemed to be there for some sort of ceremonial purpose.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I want you to look around at the other people as they have this connection that you've been through. Look at them. What do you notice about them?
They seem to be lit up,
Lit up?
like the flowers are candles
Mm-hmm.
also.
Mm-hmm. Are you lit up as well?
Just from the light.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. But you said some people have an agenda. Like the energy is good for a good purpose, but some people have an agenda. What do you know about them? What's their agenda?
I don't think they even know, but
How can you tell they have an agenda then?
because I can just see it with Ben,
Mm-hmm.
because I've known him in other lifetimes and I've seen it.
Mm-hmm.
It's an agenda too.
Mm-hmm. Is he lit up by the light as well? By the energy?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. All right. I want you to take a moment and look at yourself also. Look down at your feet and tell me, what are you wearing on your feet as you stand in this circle with the other people?
It's like a shoe with some kind of black
Mm-hmm.
and see-through stuff on it.
Uh-huh. And on your body, what are you wearing?
Not that much.
Okay.
Just like a belt and some kind of pants.
Mm-hmm. What color are they?
Like tan.
Mm-hmm. How long the pants?
They're more like shorts, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Your upper body, are you wearing anything?
Oh,
No?
just gold jewelry.
Okay, tell me about those jewelry.
Seems to be made of gold with necklace,
Mm-hmm.
bracelets.
Mm-hmm. Where do you have the bracelets?
Mostly on the left.
Uh-huh. Are you wearing anything on your head?
Yes, something gold, blue in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like a headband, crown
Mm-hmm.
type thing.
And the blue thing, what is it?
Some kind of jewel.
All right. Now, what does your body feel like? A male or a female body?
Male.
Mm-hmm. Is the body young or old?
Kind of middle age.
Uh-huh. All right. And if you were to tell me about your personality and character traits, how would you describe yourself?
Very calm and dedicated to the teachings.
Now, you said that your staff looks different from the others. And even the thing you wear on your head is different than the others. Am I correct?
Yes.
Why don't you look like the others?
I'm not sure.
Can you ask Thoth why you look different than the other students?
Just that I serve a different function.
All right, so let's see what happens next.
It seems like I'm not there anymore.
Tell me where you are now.
Just strange shapes.
Tell me about them.
It almost just looks like the close-up of some kind of rash
Of a rash?
on a human skin.
Tell me more.
It's just red and looks a little torn up.
What else do you notice about it?
There's some kind of reptilian.
Is the skin close or far from you?
Well, it was close, and then it seemed like there's just this huge crocodile thing that was like much bigger than a normal crocodile.
All right. And as you look at it, what do you feel?
I feel like it just wants to eat.
Let's see what it wants to eat.
It's me.
Uh-huh.
I just feel like it wants to eat me.
Now I want you to focus a bit on yourself and tell me if you feel or look any different from the moment you were in the Great Pyramid.
Oh, it's the same person. It's some kind of initiation.
Oh, tell me about it.
It feels like it's part of some kind of process.
What process?
Either I have to swim past it
Uh-huh.
in some kind of chamber, or they're keeping it, or I actually have to experience being eaten by it. And that is part of the initiation. There's some sort of resurrection after.
So what do you decide?
Seems like being eaten by it is the initiation. But I don't know if this is, in some spiritual sense, or if this was like a literal
Again, physical sense.
being eaten and then somehow resurrected.
All right. Do you want to explore that? See how it feels?
I'll observe it.
Okay. Imagine you watch this on a screen and you're just a neutral observer and you can tell me about what's happening on the screen.
The crocodile is huge. It's way bigger than ones that exist today. And it has yellow on it. It's not just green, it's like yellow. It's like hundreds of years old. And it's been involved in this initiation.
So it's not new to this.
Yeah, it's like that's its function.
All right, let's go a little bit further in time when everything that was supposed to happen has already happened.
I
Yes?
feel like I'm alive.
You are?
Yeah, like I've been through something. And there's some sort of like leadership role that I'm in.
Sense and feel yourself doing what it is that you do in this leadership role.
It's magic.
What do you exactly do?
Some kind of red rings that are spinning red and gold. And they're levitating.
What's the purpose of doing that?
They're some kind of part of the system that's used to levitate objects for building.
How does that feel to you when you do this?
Yes, it's like a spiritual practice in itself.
All right.
It's architecture and like geometry.
Let's move forward to another important day when something that you consider important is happening.
It's almost like I'm getting ready to set the body aside.
Where are you?
Somehow I can see my other incarnations
What do you see?
that are going to come. I just know that that's what I'm looking at. It's kind of like a fractal.
All right. All right. And is there anything wrong with your body that you're getting ready to set it aside?
No. It's almost like it's just another step.
Does your body look or feel any different from the scene in the pyramid with the connecting to the source and the teachings?
Not much.
Not much? All right. Now, let's move a bit forward when whatever happens has already happened and you are watching from the other side of it. You're now beyond that. And from that position, you can look back at that life and see it in a better, clearer perspective, in a larger perspective. Every life has a purpose, and in every life, there are lessons to be learned. From this position, you are looking back at that lifetime. What did you learn from that lifetime?
That I have a purpose that extends throughout time and space into an infinite number of dimensions.
All right. And what was that? What was the purpose of that life? What do you see from your position here?
To carry out the will of the master.
From your position beyond the life, what do you know it's the will of the master?
To uplift and expand
Yourself or others?
humanity in general.
All right. And in what way is that done, according to the master?
Through truth and wisdom, magic, synchronicity, music, and living one's own personal legend.
Wonderful. Now let's drift away from that life.